Before he became a living legend, before the 100-point game and the towering records that still echo through basketball history, Wilton Norman Chamberlain was simply the tall kid from Philly. Born on August 21st, 1936 in Philadelphia, Wilt stood out literally from the very beginning. By age 10, he was already well over 6 feet tall, but his height was both a blessing and a burden. Teased for being different, he often felt like an outsider. Wilt's early years were marked by more than just physical growth. His mind was equally expansive. He was an avid reader, a track star, and a high jumper. His athleticism stretched far beyond basketball. He ran the 440-yard dash in under 50 seconds and high jumped over 6 feet. But it was the basketball court where he found his true domain and where history would eventually call his name. He first gained national attention at Overbrook High School, where he averaged over 37 points per game and led his team to multiple championships. But even as his star rose, Wilt faced something most people never expected, a deep sense of loneliness. He once said, "Everybody pulls for David, nobody roots for Goliath." Being larger than life made it harder for people to relate to him, and in many ways, it isolated him. Wilt Chamberlain's time at the University of Kansas cemented his status as one of the most dominant forces college basketball had ever seen. But it wasn't always smooth. His team fell in heartbreaking fashion to North Carolina in the 1957 NCAA championship game, despite his 23 points and 14 rebounds. And still, despite the loss, Wilt walked away as the tournament's most outstanding player. Yet again, he found himself facing criticism. Fans booed him, writers questioned his heart, and coaches devised entire systems to stop him. His greatness was undeniable, but it was rarely celebrated. That pain lingered. After a brief stint with the Harlem Globetrotters, Wilt joined the NBA in 1959 with the Philadelphia Warriors. From day one, he was a walking earthquake in sneakers. He dropped 43 points and pulled down 28 rebounds in his debut game. That same rookie season, he averaged 37.6 points and 27 rebounds, numbers that seem almost fictional now. But even as he shattered records, Wilt's relationship with the media, fans, and even teammates remained complicated. Critics accused him of being selfish, of caring more about stats than championships. But what many failed to see was a man burdened by impossible expectations, haunted by the need not just to win, but to dominate. March 2nd, 1962, Hershey, Pennsylvania. In a small, modest gym without TV cameras and in front of just over 4,000 fans, Wilt Chamberlain did the unthinkable. He scored 100 points in a single game. No one before him had done it. No one since has come close. It was the pinnacle of individual achievement. Yet for Wilt, it wasn't fulfillment. It was fuel. The achievement further branded him as an individualist. While others celebrated team play, Wilt was fighting to prove that he could be both a dominant scorer and a winner. Throughout the 60s, he was the immovable object to Bill Russell's unstoppable force. And each time they met in the playoffs, it was Wilt who seemed to come up short. Despite putting up eye-popping numbers, averaging over 50 points a game one season, collecting 55 rebounds in another, championship glory eluded him. But he kept showing up, kept pushing, kept working. Until finally in 1967, Wilt led the Philadelphia 76ers to a championship, beating Russell's Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. He'd proven he could win as a team leader. Still, he wasn't done. Wilt Chamberlain's dominance was no accident. It was the result of deliberate habits and an unmatched work ethic. First, obsessive physical discipline. Wilt treated his body like a temple long before it was common for athletes to do so. He slept more than 10 hours a night, avoided alcohol, and stayed away from junk food. He even performed strength workouts decades before weight training became the norm in basketball. 2. Mastery through repetition. Despite being mocked for his free throw shooting, Wilt never gave up trying to improve. He constantly adjusted his form, practiced religiously, and even once made 28 out of 32 underhand free throws in a playoff game. His pursuit of improvement, no matter how small, was relentless. 3rd, versatility in passion. Wilt was never just a basketball player. He loved volleyball, racquetball, writing, and even acting. He believed a broad range of interests made him mentally sharper and more emotionally balanced, something he believed gave him an edge on the court and in life. Wilt Chamberlain's inner spark wasn't just his size or skill, it was his drive to challenge the limits of human potential. Whether it was scoring 100 points, playing every minute of a season, or averaging 48.5 minutes a game, including overtime, Wilt's career was defined by the impossible. He often said, "Nobody roots for Goliath," but that didn't stop him from becoming a giant in every sense of the word. His records may someday fall, but the aura of Wilt Chamberlain, the myth and the man, will never fade. He showed us that greatness can be lonely, misunderstood, and even maligned, but it's still worth chasing. And in the end, he left behind more than just numbers. He left behind a standard. Wilt's story reminds us that being exceptional doesn't always earn applause, but it always leaves a mark. He didn't just change basketball, he redefined it. What part of Wilt's legacy speaks to you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more powerful stories like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe.